Hiya! Today I'd like to show you a sketchbook tour. I haven't picked which one we'll do first. I can't remember which one I've completed first, but I have two that are full and ready. And I since have been working in these two sketchbooks. This one's barely started, but this one I'm making a healthy progress in. So let's decide in a second. But first, hi, my name is Kama. I also go by Weird is the Best. I don't know what's going on with my hands. Let's stop this. I go by Weird is the Best. I'm a mixed media artist and I love drawing in sketchbooks. I love painting. I love drawing comics. I'm working on a graphic novel. I'm a as Kelsey Rodriguez said it, multi-talented artist. I love is a way of saying I'm an ADHD artist, I think. But I love making different things, so there's lots of experimentation always. The stickers on the covers are this one's by Bobby Ray, and this one's by Tomato Illustrates. Love them both. And let's see which one is the first one. I'm just going to cover up my details just in case they are showing. So this one, day 618. I'll cover it up before we start. But for now, just to pick it, this one's older, newer, rather, 679. Yeah, let's start with this one then. And through the power of magic editing, it's done. Let's move this out the way and let's get into it. So I've been working in these sketchbooks for quite a while now. I've filled, I don't know how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 or more of these. Well, at least 12, but I might be missing a few. 13? Yeah, at least 13 of these sketchbooks. They're Royal Talents, or rather Talents, art creation. They're mixed media sketchbooks and they're relatively inexpensive. I used to think they were expensive, but they are not. Definitely not compared with other brands, compared to how many pages you get and the quality of paper. I would say this paper is usually good for, it should be good for anything, but I wouldn't use lots of wet media on it, although thick watercolors or gouache paints are fine. And I don't like using colored pencil on this paper. I think it's too smooth, maybe. And it's like this creamy color paper. I've decorated the sides of it with a pink dual brush marker from Pentel. I won these in a giveaway. I have a bunch of these and I absolutely love these metallic brush pens. It's not my usual medium, to be honest, but these just bring me joy. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about it. Sometimes it's just like the right art material at the right time. Anyway, let's get into the sketchbook tour before I lose my voice because I'm not 100% well. So I started the sketchbook in August, on the 19th of August, and finished on the 21st of October, so just over 2 months. And I've been drawing every day. Now I've reached 2 years. I think it was like the 10th of December or something. I've reached 2 years of drawing every single day, but this was my day 618 to 681, and I love the fact that I can go back and see how my art progressed literally day by day, and I can also see, like, I can also look like day 100, day 200, 300 and so on, or day 0 and 500 and 1000 when I reach it, hopefully one day. Anyway, so I would recommend, if you do decide to draw every day, just to number your days. There's an app for that. I'm sure you can find one. All you have to do is mark it in your calendar or use an app to count your days, basically. And this washi tape is by CMYK Art. I picked it up at a local comic and zine fair in Bournemouth. It was called, not pizza, Zine Cuisine. Really fun. Really wanted to do it, and I'm so glad I was there earlier this year. So I got this idea from Sophie McPike, who, if you haven't heard of, what are you doing? Where have you been hiding? If you're an artist. And yeah, go check her out. But this idea of having an intention for a sketchbook, whether you follow it or not, I think it's quite nice, and it also gets rid of the first page, so you don't need to worry about making it pretty. So I put, this sketchbook is for thoughts, feels, stories, imperfect pages, and experiments are welcome. And I started with sort of an experiment. I used my Kuretake Gansai Tambi, it's like watercolor paints, but these are like granulating, but to the point that there are two pigments in it that separate quite nicely, especially if you add water with it in it. And I don't use it as often as I probably should because it's really fun. It's a really fun medium and you can really build it up. But here I was just trying to warm up for the sketchbook. So like that fear of the blank page moved to page number 2 and 3. But I didn't finish it. I didn't particularly love it, but it was an exercise. I tried it and moved on. And as you can see, I was overwhelmed. Not that much to add, really. And then, oh yeah, can you have an art block while drawing? Because I do. I was just drawing, but not like trying to get through, not feeling like drawing, if that makes sense. And yeah, existential question, but I think I answered it by continuing to draw. This is using a fountain pen ink, and I think I was using this CMYK Sport actually, with the ink from the cartridges from Kaweco. In Japanese, it probably is Kaweco, but who knows? I don't know for sure. And this pen is special. I will be going off on tangents. This video will be long, so be prepared. This is just how I work. I'm extremely introverted and shy, and then when it comes to art, my words explode. So here's the pen. It's really nice because it is very portable. You can, this size is quite small, but when you expand it, that's how it's meant to be used. It's like a full pen, and it's a very fine nib. But I don't use it as often as I would like to. I think I prefer thicker nibs or bigger, wider nibs. But the nib itself is so beautiful. It's got like very delicately drawn decorations and the branding. And yeah, so it's using that green ink from Kaweco, and I added some water just to kind of add some unexpected interest to this. And it's okay to only draw what you don't like. I think what I meant by this is I drew this and I was like, oh, that doesn't look very good. I don't like it, but it's okay. Just embracing the not feeling like it, I guess. Then I drew some origami cranes. I think I was using a brush pen maybe. Or it could have been one of these, potentially. But it looks like the same ink. So it might have been just dipping in ink, potentially. And this is Grumble Day. Grumble Day usually means games night. Don't ask me. It's a personal thing with my gaming group anyway. And I drew this very wonky mug. Is that the next day? 20th? Yeah, the next day. Liked it a bit more, and I really love this brush. It's Pentel. It's not this one. It's Pentel Pocket brush or something. And here is my really old sticker. It's like a misprint, and my washi tape. And what I can only guess is my cat, although it looks nothing like him. And here are some drawings of my cat. I think I was trying to draw from life, but it's really hard to draw a cat because they always move unless they're sleeping, which is slightly more boring, I guess. And yeah, not too much to add to this. Here I was testing some art materials. I think it was these brushes actually. So it must have been this brush. Okay, that makes more sense, I think. And I must have won the giveaway from Pentel at the time, because it seems like I was testing all of these different Pentel pens and brushes and paint markers and the jewel ones. So it's like a jewel, it's called a jewel metallic brush pen. because it looks slightly different on light and dark paper, which is normal with metallic colors, I think, but that's what it's called, and it looks really lovely. This sticker is by Meg Fran Art. No, sorry, no, I take it back. It's by Meg Johnson. Completely mistaken the two artists, mixed them up. This is a really, really old sticker. I've had this from their Patreon from probably 2020. It was like a free printable for their Patreons, and I did print it and never, because I think I printed it on the wrong side of the paper, and this is the backing of the sticker paper. This is the front on which the design was supposed to be. So yeah, that's what this is. I was just cutting them out recently just to use it up. And on the backing, on the actual front, I drew the same thing but as a cat, just as a why not? And I started using this brush pen, which is what you are seeing on the sides. It's a funny thing how sometimes the most random art material will really unlock your creativity, which is why I always say it's good to experiment and try things out and mess up and learn from it. Some more pens and things. I'm not quite sure what this was. Probably also continued that brush pen haul from Pentel. Yeah, and this was a drawing at the art hang party. I wasn't really in the mood to draw though, so I gave myself grace to just have it in the background. I love watching art hang parties. I have joined loads over the years, and I think it's just because of the time. It's quite late, and lately I've been a bit more tired than usual, so I don't do as much in the evening as I would like to. And I think that must have been from the same drawing session. Here I use those Pentel, they're like not metallic, gel pens, and they're really juicy, but it's impossible to protect the page they're next to. They're worse than like colored pencils. But I love drawing with them, they're so juicy. And this was my warm-up for that was the next day. And I think since this was art hang party, this would have been a Friday morning, which means my most tired time when I'm just slouching on the sofa and not doing much. I'm feeling less stressed because it's Friday. Yeah, already feeling happier. I think it's just been tough recently, where I just can't explain my exhaustion for no reason. And here I just doodled things, my old designs and things like that, just to kind of get those lines out there and, you know, warm up. And I quite liked this page until all the pen just smudged through. Like, it's still smudgy. I don't get it. It never dries, basically. But I really enjoyed drawing these cats. I don't even know if it's my own cat or if I've just drawn random photos of cats or if it was from my own photos from the cat cafe. Either way, can you tell I really enjoyed drawing with this blue? I can't. And here is my cat from a photo. Not the most realistic, but it was fun. And this says, so this is from a show called, and I always get the order of the people wrong, it's K-Foodie meets J-Foodie or other way around. And it's this show where two guys are going around restaurants and pubs and cafes and bazaars, and they just eat. That's all they do. They talk about food, they eat food, and they praise food. And this is Toriae Zubiru, which is a phrase that you can say if you go to an izakaya, which means just beer for now, which just means you're not ready to order food yet. And it's what makes you look like a local, because foreigners don't tend to use this phrase. Either way, you're probably not that interested in that, so I'll skip that. But it's a phrase I really wanted to use in Japan. And it turned out there wasn't a service, table service you would order through the app, so I didn't get to say it. And here are some single line contour drawings. That's a really good way of warming up, or whether when you're like maybe art blocked or not sure what to draw, or just need a bit of, you know, freedom in your sketchbook. highly recommended. It's when you look at your subject, put the pen to paper and then not look at your paper and don't lift your pen. Single line contour drawing. It's really fun, really silly, and I really recommend it to all skills levels, but especially if you're a beginner. You know, you can create ugly art and it's fine. That's something that I've learned over the years, that it's okay to create something that's not beautiful. You know, it's not really, but you know what I mean, I think. And here is the next day. I love drawing people queuing up. It's the best way to get out there and draw people without feeling intimidated because they can't see you. And you can still draw interesting, like, I quite like this head, for example. I quite like how it turned out. But yeah, this is probably Frankenstein people, where like it could have been a head of one person and then the body of another, because if they move fast, you don't end up having enough time, so you can mix and match people like Lego bricks. You know, like Lego characters. You can take off the head and put it on another character. That's basically what I'm doing here. Here's a pack of tissues on the table. I drew a fridge. That's still at the same place. And this must be at home. I just drew what I saw on my desk. Again, the same pens. I loved it at the time. I don't love it now because it's all smudgy, but that's fine. It's just a sketchbook. This is my Monstera plant. Maybe you can tell I wasn't feeling it. Here I just use my Gansai Tambi paints, which are it's a Japanese brand. It's a Japanese type of paints. They're watercolors. They use a different binder, so they're very thick and they are shiny, but they're more like gouache than watercolor, in my opinion. And they are by Kuretake. And I thought about coming back and making this more of a mixed media piece, but I decided to just let it go and sit here unfinished. I think it has a certain charm like this. And the same with this. This is like a rose from the garden. I didn't want to mess with it too much, so I left it like this. I think it's important because I am perfectionist, so I try and like color in every single tiny space on the page, and this is me trying to step away from that. Some more cuts. I think I started with blobs and then added the details in colored pencil. It might be Inktense pencils, possibly. And more cut. Just trying the same pose over and over, just to learn it better. Another one. Not sure who this is, but doesn't matter. No one will ever know. And here might be a self-portrait, because this looks like a self-portrait to me. And this is probably from Watching New York, not Watching New York, yeah, maybe Watching New York, or like New Yorkers in New York or something like that on Instagram. I'm not sure. New Yorkers in New York, New York. So yeah, this one's from the internets. It's not my own reference photos. Spoilers. Another painting of nasturtiums. I love those plants. So this is just like, that's 624. So this is 5 days of drawing. I went through it quite quickly, even though I was feeling the art block. Yeah. Either way, I think you can still feel blocked and like stuck in a rut, even if you are creative. But for me, the way through it is to fill lots of pages. I got scared for a second that I wasn't recording. Okay, yep, we met this cutie pie at the pond. Just a cat that we met. Super cute. Cursed. Cute cat from yesterday. I love pages like this. I am trying to improve my hand lettering, although even though I would love to make impeccable, beautiful, you know, slow and considered hand lettering, more and more I'm like just into slightly messy lettering, so I might lean into that more. It's a nice, it's just me explaining why I'm not making it better. This is a Wednesday cut. Not my best work, but it's like a first step at the idea, and I never actually finished it, but I love making cuts that look like other things or characters. Here I was just trying out some watercolor, water-soluble pencils, probably before I went on my comics art retreat, and these are my old branded stickers. Here I was planning, I didn't actually end up making it, but I was planning a sign for markets that says made with human intelligence, and I might still do something similar, but more to tell people that I'm the artist who actually makes this stuff, because when I'm at markets, a few people ask me if I designed and drew what was on my table, which was a strange question, but I guess maybe not everyone actually sells their own artwork, which is a bit naughty, if you ask me. But yeah, so I might play with this idea a bit more. Just drew someone probably at a cafe. And again, drawing, queuing up people and the drink. Some more people either eating or queuing up. Quite like that I made this into a scene rather than just drawing the person. And here I was practicing water. This might be just before my comics retreat. Quite like this. This is with water-soluble graphite and some plants that I found. Okay, so this, I think, I drew at my comics art retreat. And these are the plants that I found in the garden. And these are some stamps from, I think it's Kita, like stickers from Japan. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I was practicing water painting at the comics art retreat. So a couple of my friends that we've all met through mentoring with one of the people who was with us. So our former mentor was also with us. And the four of us, is it the four of us? Yeah. We went to a remote kind of countryside and rented a house, a beautiful cottage rather, and spent there a few days and drew comics and graphic novels and went for walks, enjoyed the nature. I might still... No, I won't promise a vlog because I've been promising for too long. And yeah, we enjoyed this, and this was like one of the exercises during that art retreat. We used Linda Barry's book, some random washi tape and a sticker from Make Friend Art. I like to go, like, once I've done a few pages in my sketchbook, I like to go through my like random stickers or washi tapes and fill the gaps, just for like aesthetic reasons more than anything. Here are some drawings again from that exercise that I said. A drawing of a... don't know what this is. I must have been drawing from life there. Don't know who this sticker is by, but it's cute. Here I made an entire page. I don't think there was anything underneath, actually. I just liked this washi tape, and once I started, I couldn't stop, so I filled the whole page. Here I was collecting textures. So this might be like a tree. You know, when you cut the tree, it's like a slice of the tree. That's what it looks like to me. I was just trying to create interesting textures for my graphic novel. I might still use this, or I might do something similar. And this is a sticker by a comics person I've met a few times, but I can't remember their name. If I remember, I'll pop their name on the screen so you can check them out. And yeah, more textures. Again, all of these are from that person. I'm not sure who gave me this. This was at a fair and someone just gave me this sticker. But it doesn't have a name, so it's hard to tell. And more textures. It's kind of an interesting one. Looking for endorphins. And that's a weird timing because September is usually really nice and bright, but as you can tell, I was lacking endorphins. And I was tired. Yeah, I just like drawing these characters over and over, so these are my like go-to. And I was enjoying the pen so much, so I was looking for an excuse to just keep painting. I quite like this cat. He's judging you. He is judging you. What have you done? I don't know why I'm so silly, but hopefully that's fine with you. Here are some birds. Just a bunch of birds. And a cat. And a frog. Eating flies, maybe? From a fireplace. That must have been a weird prompt or something. I'm not sure what this is. And pigeon from memory I was trying to draw. And he says it's not bad, so I guess we have to believe him. And I got more into drawing birds and pigeons, rather. So these are birds that I drew elsewhere, and I kind of kept drawing them until they're kind of ingrained in my memory a bit. Pigeons are cool. Yes, they are. They agree. Cool, 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 cool. Yeah. This is a quote from Peep Show, from the song at the start of the TV show. I'm not sick, but I'm not well. Seems very accurate. And pigeon from memory again. Just drawing a few more with my brush pen. That's the Pentel Pocket brush pen. And more pigeons. Surprise! They're still cool. And here's this weird cat. I don't really know what this is. If it was a prompt or something. Or if I was just trying to come up with a character. It's one of the things I would love to improve is more characterful drawings and illustrations, a bit more story to them. So that's my low-key plan for, I don't want to say the next year, but the next few months, I think. I don't like keep making yearly plans because I find that I don't get that concept, to be honest. And some turkeys. What is this? I don't think I would have picked these reference photos. And maybe I did. I don't remember where this idea came from, what I used as references. Probably pixels. And here's here are some pages from the Odd Orange session. I love them. Don't know what this was supposed to be, but it was definitely a warm-up. And this looks like a frog, and I can't wait to draw this frog again. In fact, I might just document it for future reference, because I don't want to forget this idea. So, one detour from the session, from this sketchbook tour, but I kind of like the expression and everything. Don't know what's going on with this hand. Look at this. Look at this muscular leg. And yes, I know that frog legs don't look like that, but I kind of like it in this weirder way. And is the hand... This looks like a necklace. I think the hand is going like this. There you go. Like it much better here, but this is what I see there. Okay, and this is some kind of weird, like these are the legs, these are the hair, this is the face, but also this is the face. Weird as hell. These are some weird poses. What's this? I normally put the title of the session here, but I didn't, so now I don't know what the session was, whether it was just me drawing this or whether that was what the session called for. Look at these fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 toes. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 fingers on one hand and 5 on the other. Perfection. Picasso. Some cuts. Probably from memory. Another one. Can you tell I like pink? Can you tell why you like metallics? Okay. This guy's been through stuff, or he's seen stuff. A lot, in fact. And here's some packaging I probably saved, and my really old stickers. I used to sell this in 2020. Like, probably... I think I designed them before lockdown even, when I started drawing for the first time. This is my cat from profile. I quite like... Is that a phrase in English? In Polish, that's a phrase. From profile, like sideways. A profile of my cat. And loads of pink. This pink lasted forever, as opposed to the blue from the same range for some reason. And this is the drawing inspired by that, just from memory, I think. Again, this is my sticker design from ages ago. This cat is having a problem with his pose, for sure. What do you think? Is he asking for food? Or is he saying, I'm sorry? Or are both his pose just a bit broken? I don't know. Or like in Harry Potter where he loses his bones in the hand. Maybe his bones disappeared? Not sure. He's not happy though. And more doodles. I'm just enjoying the swoopiness of the brush. A design for a sticker. Have I made this? I made similar. Yeah, I made similar, but it's not the same. Sort of. He's not inside it though. And just because I opened my sticker box, I thought I'll share. Here's a frog, and here are some pigeons that I kept drawing and drawing and drawing. They are, ooh, so shiny. This one's anxious. Here's a always anxious pigeon, and this one's just normal. Okay, just a bottle of water, and this day sucks. I guess I wasn't having a good day. Some more cats. Again, I filled this with a acrylic marker, brush pen kind of thing, probably from Artix, and some pentel. This is a brush pen, and this is the gel pen. This must have been a drawing session or an exercise of some kind. 10 things in 10 minutes. Okay, it's from Ruby etc or Ruby etc. It's an artist on Instagram, and you should 100% check out their work. It's so funny and so cheeky. I just love their work. And this was a drawing session with this person, and I can't remember who organized it. London Drawing Group, maybe? Don't quote me on that. So yeah, this was 10 things in 10 minutes. Nothing groundbreaking here. And then same thing 10 times. So I drew it 8 times because it didn't fit more. The sketchbook is small. And then draw yourself as 4 things. So an animal, a vegetable, weather phenomenon, and monster. So I drew an inflated pufferfish, oh yeah, that's sunny attitude to life, that is me, basically. And deflated pufferfish, I kind of stayed away from this theme, as you can tell, but it's kind of me as well. Like, I get very spiky easily, and then I get very tired or just grumpy easily. And then I tried to draw a monster, myself as a monster. I lost my bloody crayon. Vampire artist comes out at night. Yep, that's me. And then I think we were drawing a comic. I don't remember what the theme was. But I'm that vampire person, artist. So I'm scratching, scribbling on my sofa. It's like a... whatchamacallit, you eat on it like a lap tray. And I was supposed to look very focused, but I look more worried than focused. And then, is that it? And then here it's a long walk, and I guess I'm a zombie mode saying food, but so worth it. Nom 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 nom. Yeah, that was our walk to the Chinese. And Saturdays are the only time I skip breakfast because we get the best lunch that is worth saving space for. It's true. It's my highlight. I love that. Always look forward to it as well. Food will motivate me to do a lot of things. Here's a slightly sexy cat. I don't know. He looks a bit, you know, hey mama style. And here's a pigeon. And a ghost cat. This is from my stickers. So I must have found I have this sticker pack that I made out of my stickers that I made ages ago. And I thought I had to cut them out by hand because I didn't have the machine at the time, and I don't have those files anymore, so I had to cut them out by hand, which took forever. I think I spent like 3 weeks in the evenings, like every now and then, cutting them. But I put these stickers into these spooky gacha bags, and yeah, it was fun. I just drew it. It was a fun reminder of what I used to draw and how free I was with my art and how many different things I tried to make into stickers. Yeah, just kind of a wholesome time with art. And this is from a cafe when I was probably out with my friend. We tend to go out for coffees. But sometimes shit happens, yep. We went to a pub. And acrylic marker backgrounds. This washi tape is by Emily Piet Illustrates. Really cool washi tape. Really kind of, I don't know, I like those squares. They're very colorful. And some good colors on them. There's a vampire guy. No idea where this came from. Here's some experimentation. I quite like the idea of going crazy in sketchbooks. So I'm quite happy that I did it. And I need to do this more often. It just kind of unlocks something happy in you, you know? Goblin mode, maybe not that happy. And don't know what this is, but it is looking good. And some different cat poses. This was my day where I couldn't be inspired to draw anything proper. And here I was practicing from a book. And this book teaches you how to paint, I think, 50 mini acrylic paintings. But I use Gansai Tabi paints, and I quite like the effect, even though it's shiny. Shiny is never my friend, but it looks quite good, if I say so myself. But this is like literally following step-by-step tutorials, so much easier than if you do it yourself. Here's a self-portrait. Don't know why I decided to do it, but there it is. Some like doodles to fill space. Here's a drawing session with Odd Orange. This one was vintage items. And I put down how much time we had to draw each of these items. Sneaked in some pink. These were like spoons that were shaped like, I guess, alligators. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's what the comments are for. If I make mistakes, you can call me out. And some like trinkets and things. I think this was organized by like colors, which was very pleasing. Here's like the weird, I wanted to call it lornet, but that's the Polish word. Binoculars. And here is a design. So around this time. Sigh. As I was saying, I just ran out of space on my phone. So as I was saying, this was around the time that I took part in the Super Seconds Festival, which is an amazing festival for makers. And I've just been accepted to the new one today. Yay. It will be on the 8th of March in the next year, obviously. And I was packing I just got myself out of my talking flow because I got a bit upset about losing my footage. But anyway, I was drawing on envelopes, and I will pop the picture of the envelopes now. Ta-da! Okay, see that? And around that time, I posted a whole bunch of envelopes. Like the postbox was overflowing. And our postie must have seen it, must have been the person picking it up, because he mentioned it to my partner the next day. And he requested a giraffe. So I drew the giraffe. This is the design. So this is where the address would have gone. And this is an actual design of this as well, of one of the like ideas for the envelopes. We're almost at the end, so it's not going to be too much longer. And I guess this is where the address was going to be, and this is where the fold. So like this is the front of the envelope, and these are the backs. So yeah, it was fun. This is another study from that mini acrylic painting book. Really enjoyed it. This one's more watery, kind of watercolor paints. And yeah, not my original idea, not my reference. This is all copied. And this is my when I realized that maybe my Pentel brush pens ink, like you buy cartridges for it with ink, that maybe it was dodgy because it should be waterproof. And these are Tombow brush pens, which are water-based. I'm not sure why it smudged so much, but it's very annoying. And I drew some cat expressions, a sleepy one and an anxious one. And here's an idea for a painting. Not sure why this is there. For a Froggo painting, and I actually have that. Can someone kick me, because I am halfway down through my 50 mini paintings project and I stopped for some reason. I guess I had markets, so I have an excuse, but kick me in the butt because I need to get back into it. I really enjoyed doing it. So this is a cat idea, I haven't finished. And this is the frog, definitely not finished. It needs the eyes and the grumpy expression to be complete. And here's an almost finished fish. It's like a balloon fish. Almost a puffer fish, I would say. And yeah, I have a whole collection. Maybe one day I will do a tour of these paintings, but there's loads of them. And here's a wizard bird, like a Gandalf style pigeon. And this is the end of the sketchbook. That's it. Yay! We made it! Well done. Well done me, well done you. We made it to the end. The last page is always annoying because it's got the... this is where these rubber bands are stuck to. So it's harder to draw on, and it's like a butt end of the sketchbook. This is where the binding happens, so it's never like nice and proper page. It's kind of moving, and anyway, this is the end. You made it. Yay. And the sticker, I don't remember who it's by, but it's really cute. And that's it. So we are done with yet another sketchbook tour. There are so many sketchbook tours on this channel. I will link, if you hang on to the end of the video, I will add a link at the end of the video so you can like go to the playlist and continue watching them. But yeah, I guess I'll do a bit of shameless self-promo. I have because I'm an artist, I like making loads of stuff, like these stickers here, which are definitely not in my Etsy shop yet, but I have a little shop online where you can find lots of quirky art, and there's over 100 different things to pick from, ranging from stationery, stickers, comics, graphic novel chapter is there, zines, wrapping paper, all kinds of weird and wonderful things, hopefully wonderful. I also make handmade sketchbooks and bookmarks and sticker packs and all that kind of stuff. So be sure to check it out. I'll link it down in the description if you would like to. And yeah, I think that's it for tonight. I can't believe I made it through without a coughing fit. I'm struggling to speak lately. I don't know where it is. I think I'm just tired. But weirdly, I feel energy, so who knows? I have this pin badge that says I'm a mess of contradictions, and that's basically me. So yeah, I think that's it. Let's stop rambling here. And I really enjoyed having you here. Hopefully you found this inspiring or off-putting enough to go and make beautiful art opposed to this art. Yeah, I don't call my art beautiful, but I find it inspiring for myself and very relaxing. So hopefully you found something here that you enjoyed. drop me a message. I always love hearing from you. It's like talking to a friend, but for me, sorry, I just said I didn't have a coffee fit, did I? It's like talking to a friend, but for me it's very one-sided, so I always appreciate your comments. Sorry. If you enjoyed this video, let me know. If you didn't, definitely let me know. I love my trolls. I have this one troll who always dislikes my videos, which I find hilarious and cute. Don't forget to dislike it. And obviously, if you liked it, like it, give it a thumbs up. You can sign up, subscribe. You can hit the bell icon if you'd like to get notifications, and continue watching, and have a lovely day artsing. And until next time, bye! Now you should see that link that I promised to the playlist, so that you can continue watching sketchbook tours. If this wasn't enough, there's a plenty more. See you there!